Good morning and welcome to the show. This is In Touch, and In Touch is our weekly half-hour public affairs show. At the end of the program today, if you are a member of a nonprofit group or organization here in the Hudson Valley in Orange County and Sullivan County, if you are a company here also in the Hudson Valley, Orange County, Sullivan County, that are helping out a nonprofit group or organization, that there are issues here in the Hudson Valley that are of concern to you, or you're excited to share the news of what you and your volunteers have done, we'd love to have you on the show and talk about it. So at the end of the show today, I will give you a whole bunch of ways to get a hold of me because we'd love to have you on the program to talk about what it is that you're doing. So before I turn the mics on, let me tell you this is pre-recorded. Whatever station you're listening to this morning, just head to their website because you can use the keyword In Touch and you will see an article about today's show, links to websites, Facebook pages, phone numbers, whatever we talk about, and also a copy of the interview. So you'll be able to listen to it. So let me turn on a microphone. And she is back, which is very cool to have her back. Michelle Hathaway is here. She is the Director of Development of the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan. Almost exactly a year since you were here last time, Michelle. Almost.
I mean, just about.
So welcome back to the show. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me back again.
I remember last year when you and Elizabeth were on. Elizabeth is the executive director.
Yep.
If that's
President and CEO.
President, CEO. I'm always, that's why I always ask everyone,
those
titles. But we talked about what the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan, and we also talked, which we are today, about Hudson Valley Gives, which last year was the very first time it had been done. So there's no spoiler alert at this point, none. And we're going to talk about that. But first, I always like to start the show where, with the organizations that are here. So talking about the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan, and someone goes, okay, I think I know what that is, but I'm not really sure. What do they do? How does it benefit the community?
All right. Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan basically connects people who care with causes that matter. So that's sort of the slogan that we use. But again, people wonder, what exactly does that mean? So we help people and organizations set up charitable funds that give grants and scholarships now and forever. So we help people realize their philanthropic dreams and support a variety of causes, things from animal welfare, arts and culture, education, the environment, health and human services, recreation, youth, basically whatever you have a dream of supporting, setting up a fund to support, we can help you realize your charitable dreams.
So let's say if someone is listening this morning and maybe they want to set something up in memory of someone, and maybe that individual loved reading. They can come and talk with you guys to kind of figure out the best way to go about doing that.
Absolutely. And it's surprisingly a very simple process. Most importantly, I think for your listeners to know is that you don't have to be a millionaire to realize your philanthropic dreams. You can start a fund at Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan with as little as $5,000. And we really suggest that you have a goal of growing that fund to $25,000 within 5 years' time. So you have time to reach that goal. And once your deposits reach $25,000, your fund becomes what we call endowed, meaning that it will, in theory, generate enough interest from the investments to spin off grants and scholarships to last forever, whether or not you put another dollar into that fund.
Wow.
So it's a great way. You mentioned setting up something in memory of someone. It's a really great way to create a legacy for someone's family.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, recently our family, in fact, when you guys were here last year, it had only been a few months since our my father-in-law and then a dear aunt had passed away. And in that, that first year, you have all of these things, but you're also still dealing with everything, including the grief. And then, moving through things and still taking care of things. And the amount of paperwork is just...
can be overwhelming.
It is. And you're not prepared for that. And then you're like, how do I do this? So the Like last year, I remember talking, going, this would be really great, but then you're still dealing with everything else. So I remember saying to my husband, and he said, I think we need to give ourselves a little bit of time. There's still an awful lot that we have to take care of. And so I would almost put that out there to folks to just, I have never forgotten that conversation from a year ago.
Wow.
It was just everything that you needed to take care of and that you needed to do and just so much. And even really just allowing yourself time for grief, because it will pop up in the oddest ways. And by that, I mean, it's not an anniversary. It's not a birthday. You know, it could be a perfectly sunny summer day. And then
bam,
hits
you in the face.
And you can't really function. And that happened a lot. Obviously, that happened a lot for my husband in the first year. So that's why I gave that example, because I just think that would be such a powerful way to really leave a legacy for someone and to help out the community, no matter what that interest is. I love that idea. I love it that it's what people care about the most with causes that matter. Did I get that right?
Connecting people who care with causes that matter.
I love that. I think that's brilliant.
Honestly, I love it too. And that is one of the main things that drew me to Community Foundation, to looking for a job there. I mean, it's simple and it says succinctly what it does.
I also like the fact that you said you do not have to be a millionaire in order to help out others in the community. And I think oftentimes people think that, and you don't.
You do not. You don't. You know, you mentioned your husband and his family's loss and waiting some time to start a fund. My family had significant losses over a short period of time. And we recently started a charitable fund at the Community Foundation. It's called the Terwilliger Family Legacy Fund for Charitable Endeavors. And it's 10 years since my brother passed. And this was the right time for us to do it.
See, exactly. I think that's a powerful example that you have it in your mind. There's no right or wrong time. And when the time is right, you will know it and you'll be able to do it and you'll be able to be focused on what you need to be focused at the time. I like that. That's very powerful. Good for you guys for doing that.
Thank you. And also, speaking of not having to be a millionaire and the ease of being able to start a fund, we just recently had our two youngest fund reps ever come in. They're two women, about 21 years old, and they just recently started a scholarship fund in memory of a boy from a local school who was killed in a driver's ed car crash. And they are going to be awarding their first scholarship this year at graduation, where the boy would have graduated.
Wow.
It's called the Antonio Baglivo Memorial Scholarship Fund.
Wow, what a great thing to do.
I mean, the young girls, and they're selling T-shirts, and they're out knocking on doors and doing newspaper interviews, and they're building their fund so that their friend can be remembered. So again, you don't have to be a millionaire to do something meaningful to give back to your community.
That's very powerful. I also love the fact that someone can call you and can call the Community Foundation instead of trying to start it on their own, which I think can
be very overwhelming.
Yes,
it can be extremely overwhelming. You know, when you have so many other things to take care of, you know, like you said, and dealing with grief. But it's not just memorial funds that we help establish.
Right.
We help nonprofits set up agency endowment funds so that they can start a fund for rainy days, or, you know, to really plan for their long-term planning, their existence way into the future, so that, you know, when there's a big storm or the roof caves in or something, you know, tragic happens and they can't meet their normal operating budget, they can have this endowment fund to help carry them through the difficult times by giving grants back to their organization.
Wow, that's a great idea. Talk about smart planning. Talk about sitting down and having a conversation. But like you said, it can be overwhelming. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel, because you guys know how to work the wheel. I'm like, you guys, you know how to do that, and you can get things set up. And the other thing I like too is that if you go to fundraise. Like you said, you can start with the minimum 5,000, have a goal to grow to 25,000. You know, I always tell people you give local, but you also have to look at where your money is going. And sometimes when there's funds where it's going to someone's bank account, you go, okay, wait, hang on. You may have the best of intentions, but I'm a little, but by having it set up with the community foundation, all that organization represents, and
we are
the fiscal
financially
responsible,
fiscally responsible. Yeah. We are audited annually. Each of our funds that fall under our charitable umbrella are all part of our audits. So happy to say that we've had many successful audits with not a blemish on them. Yeah. So we're doing a great job there. You can trust us with your money. Yep. Our community foundation has been around for 18 years. In that time, we have established 250 charitable funds that support, all those things that I mentioned earlier, and now represent about $23 million in charitable capital that goes right back here to our region, things that people support and believe in locally. So as I mentioned, we're about 18 years old, but the concept of a community foundation has been around for more than 100 years. We're one of about 800 different community foundations in the country and 1,300 across the globe. Of course, here on your side of the river, you have community foundations of the Hudson Valley. Yeah. All the community foundations have a pretty similar way that they operate, in terms of helping people set up charitable funds. But of course, they are individualized in terms of, say, for example, the fees they might charge to administer the funds, or the different types of funds that they will take on, based on, their overall portfolio. Right.
Right. So always good information.
Yep.
To find out and ask. So before we talk about Hudson Valley Gives, which we're about to.
Oh, great.
If someone is listening and says, wow, you know what? I love that idea of an endowment fund. I want to set up something because I have an interest in A, B, or C, and I'd like to be able to give scholarships for that. Who should they contact? What's the best way of the first step?
Oh, reach out to me, Director of Development at Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan, or of course our President and CEO, Elizabeth Rowley. Our phone number is 769-9393, and our website is CFOSNY.org. Community Foundation Orange Sullivan New York.org.
Okay, good. And if you're, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, but just to remind you, if you're listening, please go to the website at whichever station you're on this morning and keyword In Touch, and there will be an article, and we will have a link to that website.
Fabulous.
So people will be able to find that and the phone number. So let's talk Hudson Valley Gives. When you guys were here last time, it was the first time we talked about it, one day of giving. And I thought, wow, what a cool idea. Different nonprofit organizations, one day, people at a computer. I am completely oversimplifying this, but it's a second year. So let's talk about it, Michelle. Let's talk about what got it started. How did last year go? This is the point where I ask you 5 questions at once and you go, which one does she want me to answer?
It's all right, because you know what? I'm just as excited about it as you are, quite frankly.
Okay, so what do we got?
All right, so Hudson Valley Gives was modeled after other days of giving across the country, like New York Gives, and then the day after Thanksgiving, there's another great day of giving. So Community Foundation wanted to do something local to support our local nonprofits. And so by banding them together in sort of this unified voice, we thought we could raise awareness about, A, the need for all these programs that are offered throughout the Valley, and the incredible need for support that they need to continue to offer those services to so many people here right where we live. So Hudson Valley Gives was started last year, and we raised $143,000 to support 201 different nonprofits. So it was the first year out of the gate, and we are very proud of the work that we did. And we're hoping this year to, even raise more awareness and make it bigger and better so that we can continue it well into the future.
wow, that's the first year. That's what you guys, and it is so simple. I remember doing a very, very simple video just because I don't know that people really believed it was that as easy as what it was.
Right.
I
right.
love the fact that you could go on and the site and you could, if you didn't have the name of an organization in mind, you were able to search for what you were interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And then organizations came up.
Yep.
So it was very easy. So even if you didn't officially know the name, you could say, okay, pets, very
Yep.
important to me.
And they would sort it by the different sort of cause.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was an easy thing to do. So the website, can you say, what is the website and when does it go up? And I'll stop there with those two questions and then I'll ask you another one. This is what happens. I get excited and I'm asking a million.
It's super easy to participate. You log on to hvgives for hudsonvalleygives.org and you just register your nonprofit to participate. There's all kinds of tools on there that make it completely easy for you to start a campaign. You can upload, your profile pictures and a description of your organization. You can put up your pictures of puppies or kittens or whatever it is that you're trying to raise money for. You can have people sign up to be part of your fundraising team. And then really the whole idea of this Hudson Valley Gives is that it's really powered by social media. So you do need to be a little savvy with your social media, but in this day and age, most people are.
Right.
So, you go onto your Facebook page and you say, we signed up for Hudson Valley Gives, and you put the link to your HV Gives webpage where people can donate directly, and all the money collected goes directly into the participating organization's bank account. It doesn't come to us and then get pulled back out. There's absolutely no cost to participate. There's absolutely no risk to participate. I mean, it is just, you get on there, create your webpage saying what it is, your message that you're trying to get out, and just start sharing it. Just start sharing it and, include the link to the donate button on the HV Gives webpage, and the money just starts coming in.
So that's what needs to be happening now for folks. And
they should
it's
be
not really for the
registering.
people who are going to donate yet, because that's not until May 17th. But
That's
right
right.
now, there is still time for organizations to say, wait, what? Hang on. How do we do this? They can still obviously
Absolutely.
do this.
I would say you could sign up till May 14th, because you are going to need some time to get that web page the way you want it to be when you start sharing it, putting it out in the, in the internet world.
Yeah. Plus you do, like, you're right. And most people are somewhat social media savvy. They understand why you need to be there. And then they understand obviously that you need people to share things. Mm-hmm. It needs to be top of mind. So the sooner that you sign up for this, the more time you have, because it takes a little while for people to, they may have to see it a couple of times. And then they go, oh, wait, hang on.
In fact, I think I read a statistic the other day that it takes on average 4 asks to get the donation that you want.
So start now.
People see it and they might be driving the car, or they could be, in the middle of making dinner or something. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. But usually it takes about 4 times. But then the donation does come in.
Yeah.
So,
and also on that day of, we'll be talking about it that day of. I know that, here and all the stations here at Town Square Media, the Hudson Valley, we're going to be talking about it that day, reminding everybody.
You guys are already talking about it. We can't thank you enough. I mean, Town Square signed on to be our media sponsor, and your DJs and different station reps are posting on their social media, and Mary Ridings has been wonderful to us, getting different participating nonprofits to come in and record public service announcements and commercials saying, why they signed up to participate and why people should support their cause. And, that's just a small sampling of, hundreds of nonprofits that are going to sign up to participate in 7 counties. So there is something for everyone to donate to. Regardless of what it is you're passionate about, there's something for you to support on May 17th.
And I love the fact that it is one site. It's not like you have to go to a million sites. It's not like you're trying to find the donate button on someone's site, or, oh, what was the name of that organization? They did a great job. I heard this. There's none of, just go to the site on the 17th and you search what you're interested in, and there it is. I also love the fact that there's no cost for nonprofits to sign up.
Nothing
the money
at all.
goes directly to them. No one's taking an administrative fee or anything like that. So, my goodness, why, if you are a nonprofit, I'm just going to say this: if you're a nonprofit organization around here, why would you not? The time that you're investing is just creating your webpage and doing a little bit of a social media strategy.
Right.
That's not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. And on top of that, by signing up to participate all throughout the day, we have contests going on. It's from 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. You can go online and make your donation to support whatever charity you want. But even better is that you can be helping your nonprofit earn additional money in prizes that we're offering. This year, we are offering more than $22,000 in cash and prizes that go to the nonprofits. So your little $10 donation or $25 or $100, whatever it is that you go online to give, might just push your chosen charity to the next level of giving, or all kinds of crazy contests for, the first nonprofit to get 5 donations, or the most money raised overall, or the donation that comes in from the farthest away, or the most donations during different power hours that we've set up. So like during coffee time in the morning, or at the lunchtime when people may be taking their break sitting at their computer. All kinds of different contests going on, more than $22,000 in prizes from so many generous sponsors that we have this year. The support we're seeing is really, really endearing, and we can't thank our sponsors enough, and to the people that are going to go online and donate that day to give to what they love.
Now, there's also contests going on before we even get to the day.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Am I mistaken on that one?
You are not.
Okay, so let's talk about those.
We got a couple different contests that we're doing this year to sort of boost the hype for Hudson Valley Gives. The first one is that we have put up a series of billboards this year to help raise awareness. We have 7 billboards up in Orange, Ulster, and Dutchess counties. And so the first contest between now and May 16th is that if you drive by and you see one of our billboards, if you pull over safely with your flashers on and take a selfie alongside of the road with the billboard in the background and say either, I'm supporting such and such charity for Hudson Valley Gives because whatever. Mm-hmm. Give the reason you're giving, and use the hashtag HVGives and hashtag unselfie. Or you can say, put your your selfie up there and say, I am Michelle Hathaway from Community Foundation, and we're registered for Hudson Valley Gives. Please support us.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So that's the first contest, and maybe we should say where the billboards are so people can get out and do it.
Okay. All
right. So we've got 7 billboards. Quickly, one is on Route 44 between Poughkeepsie and Pleasant Valley. One is on Route 9W in New Windsor. One is on Route 208 in Walden, right around the corner from our offices. And that's near Bailey Road and Scotts Corners.
Okay.
Route 9G over here on your side of the river between Hyde Park and Rhinebeck. Route 207 in Campbell Hall. It's sort of the road that goes between Campbell Hall and Goshen, by the railroad trestle. That's a good one. Route 9W in Milton. So we're catching the people coming up 9W to cross the Mid-Hudson Bridge. And Route 208 in Gardner by the intersection of Route 4455. That's at Ireland Corners. So go out, take your selfies beside the billboard, tag HV Gives.
I love that unselfie.
And unselfie. And name your nonprofit that's participating or the charity that you're going to support. Each selfie posted gets sort of what we call a golden ticket or an entry into a drawing. So you can have your whole staff go. You can send your parents or your kids. So each selfie that you post gets one entry into the drawing for a $1,250 prize in free advertising.
Now, in terms of posting, is it their website or their Facebook page? Your face doesn't matter.
They
Like
should
Twitter,
put it on their
Instagram?
Facebook page, but you also have to put it on the HV Gives Facebook page.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you got to post it in both areas.
Okay.
Especially the Hudson Valley Gives.
So
Facebook
you guys can
page.
see it.
Yep.
And know what's going on.
That's right.
Okay.
We use something called the tag board that tracks all the hashtags. So that's how we'll know. And somebody will go through, and each time that organization puts a selfie up or that person puts a selfie up, you get a ticket into the entry for the drawing, which then in turn can go back and your charity can use it to help promote their mission or their next fundraising event or something. So
Beautiful.
The power of that is multiplied.
Nice. Okay, so that's one. And again, we'll have all those details again on the website. So what's with the T-shirts? There's something with the T-shirts, right?
Yep,
Am I wrong?
You're right. You're right.
I'm on a roll.
So also,
this never happens.
Again, trying to build the hype. We have a bunch of T-shirts printed. I'm bringing here some to the station for all you guys for being so supportive of us. But also, while supplies last, you can come by our Community Foundation offices at 30 Scotts Corners Drive in Montgomery, or call 769-9393 to get your shirt. Same concept as the billboard, except you put your shirt on, you take a selfie, you post it on your Facebook page and the HV Gives Facebook page, and you get an entry into the contest. And that is the prize for that is an overnight stay at a bed and breakfast.
That's nice.
Yeah.
A little
simple
bit of
and
a break.
easy. So
Very cool.
if you're, the donor that goes on to do it, you have a chance to keep that prize for yourself. If you are the nonprofit, you can save that prize and use it maybe for your silent auction or your online auction or do some post-event Facebook posts. Also, again, for either of these contests, I keep mentioning Facebook because in my mind, that's the most popular, but I understand that, there's a whole nother generation of people really flooding Instagram.
I love
and
Instagram.
Other people prefer Twitter. Personally, I prefer Facebook, but you can use any of these contests and any of those hashtags on either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
See, I love Instagram. I love Facebook and I'm on it, but there is something about Instagram and just seeing how people do pictures and what's important to them. And of course, me being a quilter and a sewer, I'm following every fabric line ever made ever in the history of the world. And people look at mine going, I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, that's good. Flowers, gardening, cooking, and sewing. That's my Instagram. But I've got my shirt. I'm telling you, I'm going to, even though I
hope you put a selfie up later.
Yeah, well, listen, I can break a camera in like a heartbeat. There's a reason why I'm in radio. But I am going to do that.
Excellent.
Because I think that's really cool. I also like the fact, part of me is thinking, if I want it, you could still donate that bed and breakfast to your charity that you wanted. So
Absolutely.
They could then use it, like you said, for a silent auction or a live auction or anything like that.
Help them make even more money.
I know, which is great. So we have, believe it or not, 2 minutes left.
Wow, time
This goes
flies.
really fast. You
It
sit down and
does.
you go, there's no way. So final things, anything more about HV Gives? Final thoughts you want to leave with folks this morning?
Hudson Valley Gives, please give often, give generously, give to what you love.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone, really. Again, it's May 17th. It is only online giving, although this year, as another perk, we added that the agencies can post offline donations. So if you are one of those people that is not comfortable doing your credit card online, even though everything is safe and secure, you can swing by your charity and drop off a check. And we allow for offline donations this year. However, those offline donations do not help the charities in terms of winning the prizes.
Yeah.
The prize pool's only from 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. and only online donations. That's the only way we can accurately track that the money is there.
Right. Absolutely. So if you're a nonprofit group organization, now's the time to sign up. It's hvgives.org. And that's also the site that you and I are going to be using on May 17th. I love that. Give to what you love. And look for the billboards. Mm-hmm. Is it okay with you if we post the locations on the article?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So look at the article. We'll have all the locations you can go. And also make sure you find out and get your T-shirt and get those selfies. And let's flood Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter, Twitter. We want to see hashtag HVGives trend.
Yes.
That's what we want to see.
That's what we want to see.
Make that puppy trend. All right, Michelle, any final thoughts you'd like to leave with folks this morning?
I would just really like to thank you and the entire team at Town Square for your overwhelming and completely generous support of this initiative. Getting the word out is, so important. The cause is here, raising awareness, about so many things that are important to so many people here. People depend on the services that all these nonprofits offer, and supporting them is just critically important.
Yeah, absolutely. Michelle, thank you very much. We ran down your schedule before we turned the mics on, and God love you. So thank you for making the time to be here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And hopefully there's something that you have learned today. Now, like I said, whatever radio station you're listening to this morning, go to their website. A keyword, you'll see it, the little box right in the upper right-hand corner, and just put in touch. And this article will pop up and we'll have everything for you. If you'd like to be on the show to talk about what is important to you here in the Hudson Valley and Orange and Sullivan counties, here's how you can get a hold of me. Phone is 845-471-1500, extension 159. You can email me, beth.christie@townsquaremedia.com. As you heard me mention, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Facebook. I'm probably out there way too much, but I'm there. So find me. We'd love to have you on the program to talk about what's important to you. Take care of yourself and those you love, and we'll see you right here next week.